Hi, everybody. It's Deborah from peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching my video today. Today's video is called Senior Cat Care, 7 Ways to Help an Aging Cat. In this video, we're going to talk about the symptoms. We're going to talk about how to spot the changes in your cat's habits and behaviors. They're going to alert you, number one, that he is in fact showing the signs of aging, and number two, that he may need a little bit of help. And then we're going to discuss 7 different ways that you can help your aging cat. At the end of the video, I'm going to have a free gift for you, so I hope you'll stay tuned to the end. I hope you find the video helpful. And again, thank you so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, we are on my website, peoplelovinganimals.com. Let me just shrink myself down a little bit. And we are on this article that I wrote for my website called How to Help an Aging Cat. I'm going to give you the link to this article in the description box of this video, and any videos or links or products or services or anything that we talk about in this video, I'm going to give you links in the description box. So go ahead and relax. You don't have to write things down or remember anything. It's all going to be here for you because you're going to be able to click into this article. Okay. Now, for those of you that are not subscribers, first of all, I would love it if you would subscribe. Those of you who are subscribers, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. I have a website called peoplelovinganimals.com that I started back in 2015, and it contains articles and blog posts and videos and tons of information, product reviews, all about the care and support and health and training of dogs and cats. So if that's something that interests you, I would love it if you would visit the website. I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Now, let's get into the video. How to help an aging cat. Many cats, especially indoor cats, can live a really long time. I personally had one cat he was a tomcat. He lived for 14 years. And I had his sister, who was a female cat. She's the one pictured here. She's so beautiful. She lived for 20 years. Now, they were both indoor cats, and they lived a long time. So cats can very easily live well into their teens, and some cats even into their 20s. But usually starting at around 10 or 11 years old, your cat begins to transition from being an adult cat to a senior cat. And that's when we really have to start paying attention to our cat's behaviors and try to just, I think one of the biggest things that happens with people, whether it's you have an aging cat or an aging dog, is that we're so wrapped up in our daily lives that we really don't realize what's happening to our pet. You know, we don't realize that they're having a little more difficulty getting around, that they're less interested in things. It's kind of like one day you just wake up and you're like, wow, what happened to the cat? Like, it happens so gradually, so that a lot of times I think we don't see the symptoms. So the symptoms can be difficult to spot, but if you pay attention, you can see the signs that your cat is aging, and there are several things that you can do to really help an aging cat. We're going to talk about all this stuff in today's video. First of all, the symptoms of an aging cat, some of the signs that you might see that'll make you realize that your cat is starting to show the effects of aging are the inability to jump on things. Maybe your cat usually sleeps with you and he doesn't anymore. Maybe your cat usually jumps up on the couch with you and doesn't anymore. Either they're not doing it at all anymore, or they're having difficulty jumping up on the bed or on the couch. They can have changes in appetite. They can have changes in their weight. They can spend more time sleeping and less time playing. And of course, they can have the onset of medical issues. And as you begin to realize that your cat is aging, there are several things that you can do to make their lives easier. Now, first of all, there are quite a few, you know, just like with people, there are a few common medical problems that cats can have. I'm giving you the link in the article to some of the more common issues that happen in aging cats. These can include kidney disease, intestinal issues, diabetes, pancreatitis, and cancer. They can also develop some lesser known ailments such as loss of hearing, diminished eyesight, lowered sense of taste or smell, and even senility. These are all things that can happen in any aging pet, whether it's a dog or whether it's a cat, and in people too. Aging sucks. We all go through it, and these are some of the things that can happen. Now, the cat that I showed you in this picture, the one that lived until 20, she did eventually die of kidney disease. And that came on, I want to say, I think it was at least 2 years, if not 3, before she actually died of it. The kidney disease started to show itself. And the way that it was diagnosed and found out about was that the cat, her appetite was changing and her weight was changing. And the vet was alerted to that, did blood work, and found out that she was beginning to experience renal failure, kidney failure. And so he was able to change her food, which literally prolonged her life. And he was able to give her a prescription cat food that actually helped her kidneys to function. And it prolonged her life. And then eventually she did die of the kidney disease. So sadly, I have experienced the sadness, that comes along with watching our pets age. The best thing we can do is just to be informed about it and pay close attention to them and do everything we can to make the aging process easier for them and to actually prolong their life. How to tell if your cat is suffering from signs of aging. The best way to determine if your cat is showing signs of aging or showing signs of any problem or issue for that matter is to pay attention to behavior changes. This can include a change in their appetite or their weight. They may not take as good of care of their coat. Like if you have a cat who has been immaculate all their life and all of a sudden they're looking kind of shabby. If they're not consistently using the litter box, if they're crying at night, or even if they're starting to get lost in the house, or they're showing signs of confusion, that would be, the onset of senility. Also, if your cat's not making it to the litter box, he may not physically be able to make it to the litter box. We're going to talk about that in this article. Remember that these things may not just be a sign of aging. They could be a sign that your cat is actually having a serious medical issue. So, if you're reading this article, you may be starting to see that your cat's getting older. Don't just chalk it all up to age, okay? Don't just say, oh, he's getting old. He may be, if your cat is losing weight or gaining weight or doesn't want to eat, especially if your cat is throwing up, if they're not going to the bathroom in the litter box like they normally do, these are all can be symptoms not only of aging, but of a serious medical issue, or maybe even a not so serious medical issue. But if you know about it, there may be things you can do to help your cat. It's also important to know that cats are masters at hiding any illness. They really are. By the time a cat is actually showing symptoms of any kind, 9 times out of 10, their illness is pretty serious by the time they're showing symptoms. Okay. So like, again, if your cat is confused, if your cat's not eating, if they're gaining or losing weight, if they're throwing up, if they're not going in the litter box, chances are by the time they're actually showing symptoms that you're noticing, they have an illness, a medical condition, something that has progressed to a certain level. And I like to describe it as, consider the toddler, a little boy or girl. A toddler will play until they drop. Okay, a toddler will play all day with a fever of 102 or 103. And it's not until their body physically gives out that they'll drop and you realize there's even a problem. Okay, it's kind of like that with cats. They will keep going and keep going and keep going. They'll find a way to adjust. For example, if they have an abscessed tooth, they'll just stop eating. What are they going to do? Come and tell you that their tooth hurts? Do you know what I mean? They can't communicate it. So they have to just make adjustments. So like I say, by the time your cat is actually losing weight, he may not have eaten for a long time, or he may been eating far, far less because he has an abscessed tooth, not to mention he's been in pain all this time. So you see, that's one of the things that just as pet owners in general, not necessarily if our animal is aging, but just as a pet owner in general, you got to really pay attention to your pet's behaviors because they can't come to us and tell us if they're having a problem. And like I say, cats are really masters at hiding illness. So really, you really do have to pay attention in any behavioral changes or any changes in their habits, okay? And if there is a change in their behavior, your habits, you got to take it seriously. So 7 things you can do to help an aging cat. First, the litter box. If your cat, as your cat ages, it might become more difficult for them to use the litter box. If the litter box is in the basement, it might be difficult for your cat to go up and down the stairs. You know, cats are getting old, they have pain, they have arthritis. If the litter box is in some back corner of the house and it takes twists and turns down hallways to get to it, if your cat is beginning to suffer either from say arthritis, physical pain, joint pain, or senility, it's going to be hard for the cat to make its way to the litter box. Also, jumping in and out of the litter box can be problematic for an elderly cat. If you usually have one of those big litter boxes that the cat jumps into, that might become hard for them. And it also may become difficult for an elderly cat to maneuver inside a covered litter box. Okay, so I suggest that you get a simple low height litter box. I'm going to give you the link to it in this article in the description box of this video for just a plain, just a low height, just about this high litter box with no cover on it, that's easier for your cat to get in and out of and easier for them to maneuver while they're in the litter box. And also consider the location of your litter box. Is it in a place that your cat can easily get to it? Okay. And a cat will become stressed out. We're going to talk about cats being stressed out a little further into this video. But if a cat can't easily get to their litter box, it can cause a lot of stress for them. All right. Number 2, adjust the things that they jump up on. One of the most problematic health issues for an aging cat is arthritis. This can hinder their ability to jump up on the bed, the furniture, their perch, up into a windowsill. So again, if your cat always sits in the windowsill and all of a sudden they're not, it might be because he can't get to it. You can consider adjusting the height of things that you can adjust, but you can also consider getting stairs like this. I'm giving a link to it in the article and in the description box. I had these for my cat, the one that I showed you in the picture, because she slept in bed with me the whole 20 years that I had her. But as she began to age, all of a sudden she's trying to jump on the bed and she fell a few times, like she couldn't make it up onto the bed and she just gave up. And I felt so bad because, it was our time together and that cat slept at my feet for 20 years, so I got her these cat stairs and I just put them by the bed and she was able to walk up the stairs and get on the bed and she was able to get down from the bed. So I'm giving you the link to the stairs. And again, if your cat sleeps with you in bed, if they like to get up in a certain chair, if they like to get up on the couch with you, buy them the stairs. Okay. So make it easier, because not only do you want it to be easier for the cat, you want the cat to actually be able to accomplish it, but you don't want the cat to get hurt. You don't want the cat to be injured. Okay. So consider the height of things and give them some help. There's the stairs and there's also ramps that you can buy. I personally like the stairs better for the cat. They go a little bit higher, but you can also do a ramp for them. Okay. Number 3, gently encourage play. Aging cats might be less interested in playing. They may not be able to play as hard as long as they used to. You shouldn't try to force your aging cat to play, but it is okay to gently encourage them, gently stimulate their interest. Get a little toy for them to play with, maybe a little tug of war, maybe a little, just play a little with them, because it is important as they age to keep their joints mobile. They have to keep moving. They have to keep blood flow. They have to keep their heart and their lungs strong. They do need physical activity, and they also need mental stimulation. But again, the key word there is gentle. Don't force it, but do go ahead and stimulate your cat to play a little bit each day if you can. Number 4, give them help with grooming. Like I said, if you have a cat that has kept himself immaculate all these years and all of a sudden he's looking shabby, well, when you consider, have you ever watched a cat take a bath? They're like yoga masters, all your legs are up in the air and they're like contortionists, the way they clean themselves. Well, you can imagine a cat who's having any joint pain or physical pain, arthritis, that whole process of bathing is going to become difficult for them. So, buy a nice soft cat brush. Give them some help with brushing them. Don't put your cat in the tub. Okay. Don't do it. There's really no reason to actually bathe a cat. Brushing really does do the trick. Get a cat brush, get a soft cat brush and brush them. And it really does do the trick to get rid of dirt and, debris and so forth. But just be careful with this, because some aging cats, or some just cats in general, they don't enjoy being touched or stroked or brushed. And sometimes as they age, they might develop a dislike for that when they've liked it all their life. So just be careful. Approach it in baby steps. Just start gently brushing a little bit and get your cat used to being brushed if you need to start helping them with grooming. Okay. Number 5, pay attention to their diet and their water intake. Cats are prone to kidney disease and constipation as they age, especially if they aren't taking in enough water. My vet said to me once, and it was when he discovered the onset of kidney disease for my cat, he said, a cat is not like a dog. A dog will go to the water bowl and lap for 20 minutes and drink the whole bowl of water. You put down a big bowl of water for a cat, you're lucky if he drinks a thimbleful. Okay, cats by nature, in their primal being, take in most of their water intake via their food. Okay, they need moist food. So if you're giving your cat just a totally dry cat food, it's setting them up for kidney failure, for constipation, for problems as they age. So just in general, you should be giving your cat moist food every day, but especially as they age, you need to start providing some moist food every day. Now, I do have an article on my website. I'm linking it for you here. Food is best for cats. You can read the article, and there's also a video, which is the best food for a cat, that talks a little bit more in depth about what sort of a diet your cat needs. Now, as your cat ages, your vet might want to recommend some sort of senior formula for your cat, but definitely you should be incorporating a moist diet. And again, I'm going to give you the links to the article in the video in the description box. Number 6, lower their stress. Most people know that cats can be easily stressed. The most minor variation in their daily routine can make them a nervous wreck, like moving their litter box or changing the living room furniture around. Even if your work schedule changes, when the kids are home from school in the summer, and, even just minor things can really stress out a cat, let alone the big things, like if you move, if you get married, if a new person comes into the house, if a new baby comes into the house, if you get a second cat, if you get another dog, all these things, it can really stress cats out. And I do have an article. I'm going to give you the link here, and I'm going to give you the link in the description box for things that stress your cat out. Again, there's also a video, 10 things that stress your cat out, and what you can do about it and the ways that you can help them. So I'm giving you this in today's video because if you have an aging cat, then eliminating stress for your cat becomes even more important, because as they age, they're going to be less and less able to cope with stress. Okay, so please watch that video and get the information about things that could stress your cat out. Again, just to help your aging cat to have a little bit easier time of it. Okay. Number 7, take them to the vet twice a year. Now, they say for a cat owner in general, you should be taking your cat to the vet once a year. They should be having their shots. They should be, having any blood work they need. The vet should be looking in their mouth to make sure they're not having any dental issues. They should be looking in their eyes, taking their temperature, noting their weight, all those things. Your cat should always be going to the vet once a year. But once they hit 10 or 11 years old, you really should take them twice a year, because for one thing, they're going to be tending to have more health issues as they get older, and a thorough veterinary exam can extend your cat's life, and it can drastically improve their quality of life. And ideally 10 or 11 years of age, they should be seen twice a year. The blood work your vet orders can detect the onset of serious health issues. Well, there's still time to make a difference. Okay, by taking your elderly cat to the vet twice a year, if there's onset of dental disease, if there's something screwy with the blood work, your vet's going to say, all right, there's a problem with the kidneys here, or there's a problem with the liver, or any of these types of things. Like, for example, the one tomcat that I had that lived to be 14 years old, it was I was going to say it's the funniest thing. It wasn't funny, but it was the most peculiar thing. I took him to the vet. He wasn't acting right, and he was kind of tripping and stuff. And the first thing the vet said to me was, "This cat looks pale." It was black and white cat, like the one that I showed you. The top cat was also black and white. And I thought, the cat looks pale. What do you mean? The cat has fur. And what it was the cat's nose was not pink. And the whites, the waterline like this was not pink. It was white. And when he opened the cat's mouth, the cat's gum and tongues were white. Pale. They should be pink. And I just was so shocked by that. It's like, what do you mean the cat is pale? But again, you take the cat to the vet can see these things. When they open their mouth, when they look into their eyes, they can see these things. And, also, if your cat's tongue and lips and the gums are blue, that cat's having a hard time breathing. They're not getting enough oxygen. Do you see what I mean? So the blood work can show stuff. Your vet will squeeze cat all over. They'll find if they have any lumps, if they have tumors, if everything is swollen, all these sorts of things. So it really is quite miraculous, in my opinion, the things that a vet can discover during just a regular examination, that your cat was having a problem that you didn't even know about. And it's also quite miraculous, I think, of the things that can be done to help with these issues and, possibly even save your cat's life and even prolong their life, but at least make their life a little bit easier. You don't want your cat to be in pain. You don't want them to have any sort of a problem. If there's something that you can do to help. Okay, so take them to the vet twice a year once they hit 10 or 11 years old. All right, I hope that this has helped. The best way that you can help an aging cat is to know as they age, their physical and behavioral needs are going to change. Spotting the problems in time to do something to prevent difficulties for your cat is the best way to help them to feel better and live better for as long as possible. Now, a couple of things before we end. I donate to animal charities. If you've been here before, you already know about this. I am an affiliate marketer. I do sign up to be an affiliate for many of the products and services and things that I recommend on my website. And what I do is I do the research, I find the best one, and then that's the one that I recommend to you, or I'll write a product review on, or I'll recommend certain products and services. And I will apply to the ones that I want to recommend to be an affiliate. And so if you purchase that product or service through the links that I have in my website or my YouTube channel, I get a small commission, and then I donate 10%, all of the commissions that I earn on my peoplelovinganimals.com website and also this YouTube channel to animal charities. And in the article in the description box, I'm going to give you a link to see. If you go to the home page of my website, you'll see a list of the animal charities that I donate to. So anytime you make any sort of a purchase website, any links that I give you, 10% of that goes to charities. And for that reason, I'm going to ask you, please share this video. Please share my YouTube channel. Please share my website with your friends and family who have a dog or a cat, because every single purchase goes to help animals, and it helps to support the channel so that I can keep doing this, keep the website, and keep the YouTube channel going. Also, I did promise you a free gift. If you go in the description box of this video, you're going to find to subscribe to my cat lovers email list. And when you subscribe for that, you'll automatically get a little cat training booklet, and it shows all different sorts of issues that you could be having with your cat's behavior and how to solve it. It's a cute little ebook. It's very nice. So you'll get that for subscribing. And then once you're a subscriber, every week or 7 days, you'll get a new email from peoplelovinganimals.com all about cats, about health, about care, about training, everything having to do with cats. You can unsubscribe from the list at any time, but I think that you'll find it to be quite helpful, and it'll have a lot of really valuable, helpful information for you. One last thing before you go, in the description box, I'm going to give you the link to this article. I'm going to give you the link to the couple of videos and the articles that I told you about. I'm going to give you a link to get one of those small litter boxes. I'm going to give you a link to get those kitty stairs if you decide to do that. And I'm going to give you the link to sign up for the cat lovers email list. So again, if you're already a subscriber to this channel, thank you so much. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. I'm trying to support animals in any way I can. And your subscribing to the channel really does help. Also, as with any YouTuber, if you give the video a like, it really helps to tell YouTube that you liked the video, and they'll show the video to more people. So I would really like it if you would subscribe, give it a like, comment. I would love to hear your comments and feedback about the video and about the channel. Let me know if there's any issues that you're having with your dog or cat that you would like me to cover. If I can do it for you, I will. And again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has been helpful. My name is Deborah, and my website is peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks again. Bye-bye.